Everybody, it's Kevin Wadsworth from NorthStarBadCharts.com, and the purpose of this little video is to give you an idea what was going on back in August of 2020 and why it's important to have a general roadmap, general expectation of what's going to be happening over the next few months. So whether you're a trader or an investor, the general trend, the big picture trend is really important. If you're doing short-term trades, day trading, then you want to have the bigger trend on your side. Gives you a greater chance of success, of course. And the link in this tweet that goes along with this video takes you to my original tweet back in August of 2020, so that you can compare it to this image here, just to verify that what I'm saying is correct. So you can see that back in August of 2020, silver at $27 there, or a little bit more. And my forecast, my expectation was for a pullback of, well, at least, I suppose, around about $5. So 20%, possibly as much as 30% drop in silver over the next few weeks, which at the time, if you cast your minds back, I think everybody was, or a lot of people at least, were very, very bullish on gold and silver. What this chart doesn't show is the reasons why I was forecasting this, and that's because once you start putting lots and lots of lines and drawings on these charts, I think most people will find it quite confusing and find it difficult to understand. So effectively what I've done is all the hard work's been done in the background, all the technical analysis, looking at how far we are stretched from the moving averages, for example, looking at the technical indicators of stock RSI, historical norms, support lines, trend lines, resistance lines, Fibonacci, and all that kind of stuff. And so the result of all of that background work is that this is my roadmap, my forecast. So it was my view that we were beginning what was going to be a significant downtrend, and that really once that target is reached, there's no point turning bullish, of course, until you break through key moving averages and resistance levels again. So let's take a look and see what happened next. I'll just play the sequence for you. Okay, so at this point, it looks as though perhaps I'm wrong. Perhaps silver isn't going to go down to that level. It wasn't enough to make me bullish, of course, so all I was doing was just redrawing the upper resistance line like that. Okay, and my initial expectations were perhaps pushed out a little bit to the right in terms of when we might hit that lower target zone. But notice, of course, we're not making any new highs at this point. So I've got a high up here on the left-hand side, we've got another high here, and we're attempting to make another high here. Until you get a new high, you're just creating a series of lower highs, and there's nothing to be bullish about. And this really is a story of getting from A to B. So starting point at A here, and B is my destination, and getting there by a different route. So my workings, my calculations are still valid at this point, but we're getting from A to B via a slightly different path. And that's what technical analysis is all about. Just because price broke out at this point doesn't mean you completely abandon your forecasting prediction. You just monitor to see whether you can turn bullish again at any point in time. Okay, so I'll play the sequence, see what happened next. And there you go. Price has dropped there from $26, $27 all the way down to below $22, around about $21.65. It's reading on the chart there, $21.66. So my original chart or forecast was correct, but we got to point B via a slightly different path. So the technical analysis turned out to be slightly different. We created, in fact, I'll just draw it in, bearish sort of pattern here, or potentially bearish pattern here, because we broke to the upside, had a false breakout, and what we sometimes refer to as an around the apex move down. And of course, since then, this is what's happened. So if we zoom out and take a bigger picture look, that initial drop that I was forecasting took us down into the level that I was expecting. We've tested it several times since. And the point here is that there's nothing to be bullish about until we make a bullish breakout. So we can now reanalyze this using the same techniques that gave us the correct forecast to begin with. And if we, instead of using the daily chart, we use the weekly chart just to simplify things, what you can now do is see this is a clear support right there. So we've established a clear support level, and we also have a clear resistance level there. So until we get a monthly close above $28, then there's nothing to be excited about. And really, you need to clear the psychologically important $30 level before we can be sure that we're in a new sustained uptrend. Something else that you can do is to draw on the current resistance line. Okay, so what we can now say, we can have a bit more detail in here and say that once we break above the zone around about $24.50, and in time that's going to come down to $22 by July, breaking out of this key zone here, which I'll just highlight, is going to set us up for a move back to test $28. So a move out and up from this key zone here is going to be really important. There you go, key zone. And that key zone is going to unlock a move to the upside to 28, or it's going to move a significant move to the downside. So any move up here, I would expect to take us to this level here. And any breakdown below this level around about $21.50 here is going to send us back down to key support. And the next key support level is going to be down here in this zone here, which is what's that? That's about $18 to $19. Okay, so silver's got a decision to make. It's either going to break down and complete a reverse symmetry move. This candle here dropping down very rapidly, it would probably fall almost vertically within 1 month, or as I say, we are going to move up to test the previous highs. And the path to get to those previous highs, by the way, it could be something like this: a move up to a minor resistance level, a back test, and then the move to test $28. So that is quite a probable path towards the upper resistance level if it were to happen. So between now and July, we've got that decision coming for silver. That resolution seems to be approaching. Okay, that's it from me for now. I hope you enjoyed that and had a little bit of an insight into the world of technical analysis. And if you like that, then you can follow us at northstarbadcharts.com, of course, for lots more like this. Cheers for now.